Okay, welcome to today's discussion on why most discovery meetings fail and how you can fix yours. I am joined by Chris Holman. Chris is our executive coach and the lead architect of the Discovery Workshop. So, over the past couple of years, Chris has been working directly with advisors. He's been reviewing recorded discovery meetings, studying the patterns that show up time and time again when those discovery meetings get underway. Chris, thank you for being here with me today. Um, let's start by defining our terms. So, how do you define a discovery meeting, and what is it? What is its actual purpose that it's supposed to fulfill?
Doug, sure. Hi. Thank you. So, a discovery meeting is meant to help you understand how a prospect thinks, feels, and decides. It's not there. It's not there to gather every fact about the prospect. It's there to establish trust and orientation before anything else happens. Without building trust, nothing else works.
Okay, but so this is kind of the not the reality that's happening for a lot of advisors. When you look, which you've done extensively, looking at real discovery meetings, what are you actually seeing advisors doing? And when it comes to a cold, you know, time spent, actual time spent in the meeting doing this, what are you seeing?
Doug, we've done over 100 recordings of discovery meetings,
Yeah.
well over 100. And from what we've seen, advisors spend most of the meeting gathering information and explaining their process. They love explaining their process. It looks really professional, but it really misses what actually matters to the person across the table. They they don't care so much about your process. That's it.
Yeah. And so why then is this kind of the default, this info gathering um, method? Why are so many advisors defaulting to this in their discovery meetings when it does tend to be pretty dry on the other end of the table?
Doug, that's the $64,000 question. I think it's maybe one or two reasons. Number one, intake feels safe. When you ask closed-ended intake questions, when an advisor does that, it's a safe way to have that conversation. It gives advisors something to do when there's pressure to look competent early. So
Hmm.
you ask intake questions.
Hmm. Hmm. And then, of course, advisors tend to want, structure in the meetings to make things better, and so that they can rely on it. But too much structure can have a negative effect. What happens when a discovery meeting becomes too structured, too pre-planned and scripted, too overbuilt?
Well, number one, prospects sense it. They can really feel when discovery meetings are overbuilt. Also, meetings get longer, they get heavier, and insight stays really shallow. So advisors end up knowing more facts, more intake, but understanding the prospect less.
Not a lot of connection happening when everything is when those organic discovery, issues come up, and you're ignoring them, and you're turning to your plan because that's what you know and that's what's safe. It's a lot of missed opportunities, it seems like, Chris.
Yes.
So, okay, but if advisors are being thorough, they're being helpful, then, why does trust still feel weak coming out of these meetings, or, during these meetings?
Doug, trust doesn't come from proof. It doesn't come from the intake. It doesn't come from the data that advisors collect. It comes from feeling understood. I'm talking about the trust between the advisor and the prospect. It comes from feeling understood and intake. And this is scientifically proven. It's not just me in my ivory coaching tower saying this. Intake, closed-ended questions rarely create the type of feeling that you want to build.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And you say that, clients decide, earlier than advisors think. They make their choice, earlier than what advisors believe. So when are they, Chris? When have you found that prospects are making that decision, whether they want to work with this advisor or not during the discovery meetings?
Within the first few minutes, within the first few seconds, even. And here's the thing, by the time advisors start talking about strategy, when they want to do that, by the time they get there, the emotional verdict that the prospect has made, it's already set.
Yeah, it doesn't take long at all.
Well,
Um,
think about it. When we meet people for the first time, just in real life, we're not real life. I mean, we're talking about real life, but we oftentimes make a judgment about who we're meeting really, really quickly.
right, the first impressions matter, and it takes a while to change that first impression as well. It kind of can stay fixed, in
They
our
can stay
minds.
fixed. You can I'll say backtrack and cover up for let's say initial errors, but boy, but this is what we're talking about here: how to set the conditions that build really good impressions from the get-go.
Okay, so when you talk about impressions, what have you found that prospects are really trying to figure out in that first meeting? What are they looking for to get out of this meeting?
Here's what they're asking themselves: do I feel safe here? Am I being listened to? And can I trust this person who I'm talking with, this advisor? Can I trust them with something important?
Mm. Seems like a lot of human connection is really important here.
Shocking. Shocking.
Right, but of course we are now in the age of artificial intelligence. Why do you think that AI, matters for discovery meetings in practical terms?
Okay, so here's the thing. AI is great. It's terrific at gathering information and explaining things. Yet if discovery is just intake, you become replaceable. If that's what you're doing in your discovery meetings, you are setting yourself up for AI. AI is doing it now to come in and take your place.
Yep, yep. You really got to lean into the human connection. I mean, that's what they're looking for, and that's what you uniquely give, right, as a human being that AI cannot give. Um,
Well,
so,
they select you. They select advisors because they like you
yeah,
and trust you. That's not AI. That doesn't come from closed-ended intake type questions.
yeah. Okay, and so you teach a particular discovery meeting process in your discovery meeting workshop, which you have coming up. Is it February 9th and 10th? Are those
Correct.
the dates? Okay. I can put up on the screen a link where you can learn more about that. Um, so, Chris, talk a little bit about what your workshop teaches advisors to do differently than what they normally do.
We hope in the workshop and in general, here's what our mantra is: slow down, slow your discovery process down. And you can slow it down without losing control. We aren't saying, let go of the steering wheel, but slow it down without losing control. Fewer questions, better questions, and more awareness of what's happening in the room.
Okay, so
Sounds simple, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah, but so who is this for? Is this for just newer advisors? Is this for because some advisors they have a pretty defined process that they've been using for a while. So who's the workshop for? Who's it not for? Who might find it frustrating?
Yep. Well, the workshop is for advisors who want discovery to do real sorting. You can find clients with your discovery process. You can also eliminate potential toxic clients, prospects in the discovery process. So this workshop is for advisors who want discovery to do real sorting, not just intake and information gathering. When you slow down, ask fewer, better questions, you surface who's serious and who isn't. How about that? Ironically, that makes the work more efficient, not less. Slowing down makes discovery meetings more efficient. However, here you ask who might find the workshop frustrating. If you're simply looking for another script or another checklist, I can send you a list, but this workshop won't cover that.
Okay, but some advisors might hear that and they might think, slowing down, that sounds like fewer clients. That sounds like longer meetings. Uh, doesn't that hurt efficiency in terms of client acquisition?
Doug, I don't think so. And it might feel that way at first. I'll acknowledge that feeling that some advisors might sense or believe. But when discovery is focused, when the conversation is focused, not bloated, you uncover seriousness early. You spend less time chasing people who are never going to move in the first place and more time with the ones who are.
Okay, great. Well, again, put up the link there for to learn more about the Discovery Meeting Workshop that's happening February 9th and 10th. So coming right up here, you go to horsesmouth.com/discovery to learn more and sign up. And quickly, Chris, I know that members who sign up for the workshop, they also get a copy of your book. Is that true? That just came out.
Yes, I completed a book, Discovery Shift. It's quite good. We cover that in the workshop, but also everyone who enrolls in the workshop will get my book, that book, as part of the resources.
Okay, I want to make sure to mention that because some people, learn, you know, effectively through the written word. So it's a nice to have that resource there to reinforce what you're teaching in the workshop and really, process the information. So
Good.
useful.
Audio learners, print learners. Well, I'm kind of both. I like a hybrid of both. So the book does the book in the workshop. Oh, by the way, in the workshop, we do have. If you do enroll in the workshop, we'll give you a what is it, 118 page PDF of everything we talk of. So if you're a print learner, we'll give you more than you can shake a stick at.
Yeah, you'll have plenty to read.
Plenty of reading material.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Chris, and hopefully those listening, we'll see some of you at the workshop next month.
Come on down.
Okay, take care, everybody.